welcome to a special episode of the Fixing Football podcast with me, Martin Naylor, and Liam is here. Hello, Liam.
Hello, Martin. How are you?
I'm good. Big weekend coming up. The Masters is on.
Yeah.
UFC 300 is on. The Grand National. Massive weekend. All these events pale in comparison to a League One fixture that people have been asking us to talk about, so we are going to. We want to do a quick big match preview for Bolton Wanderers v Portsmouth. Live at the Tough Sheet, 3 o'clock, and it is a match that could be a title decider, definitely a promotion decider, but a massive one for Bolton. Do you want to set the scene for us a little bit?
Yeah, and title decider, it could be, yeah. If for Bolton and Portsmouth, it's a huge game. So, obviously, I know Luke has been very keen to point out how big this game is, but the truth is, all Bolton games have been very big in the last month or so, and will be probably until the final day. This one is more significant because of the significance it has for both teams playing. So, with Derby's result midweek, failing to beat Wycombe away, it's meant that it's added significance to both sides today. So, I'll start with Bolton. Bolton's destiny is back in their own hands, essentially. Bolton know that if they win their remaining 4 games of the season, they'll be playing Championship football next season. And 3 of those games are at home in the next 7 days. So
they're 2 points behind Derby at the moment, that's right.
Correct. With a game in hand.
Yes. And Portsmouth are sort of out of sight in terms of catching them falling out of the promotion spots. That's unlikely right now. And would a draw even see them promoted?
Not 100% on the draw side. The big incentive for them is if they were to win tomorrow, they are promoted as champions. That's simple. Right. It all gets put to bed for them. So it is quite literally a title decider tomorrow.
It's probably not. It's probably not the fixture that they would want to decide their title. If you're looking at it from their point of view, there's probably easier matches for them coming up where it might be a bit more comfortable for them.
Potentially. I think it would be a statement way to do it for them, I would say.
Yeah.
Probably. If you were to ask them, I would probably say that Bolton away probably represents the toughest game for them.
Yeah.
We are very, very strong at home. We have been.
Yeah, I was looking at the form. Yeah, I think if you split the table into home and away form, Bolton are first or second over the season, but they just fall off so hard when it comes to away games.
Exactly, and that a lot of that comes down to the playing style, I think.
Yeah.
That's another day. But a huge game for both sides.
So, team news: we've been eagerly awaiting something about Dion Charles. Is he going to be back in time?
It looks like he probably will be in the squad. Yeah, he looks like he's going to return to the bench. I would be very surprised if he starts, because it has been quite an extended period out of the team. And Aaron Collins, who we talked about on the last podcast in great detail, has hit straps of form now. So the emphasis of throwing him straight in, I don't think is there. But I do think our best 11 will represent with Charles and Collins working together. That's what our best 11 will look like. But, yeah, what an option to have off the bench, our top goal scorer. So,
Has Collins been playing up front or slightly behind?
Yeah, it's more of a hybrid role, I would say.
Right.
So they've been using Yondari Budvarsson as like a pivot striker, and essentially Collins a bit more of a free role to attack from wide areas. So it's like it's a free attacking role, a bit like essentially Bellingham at Real Madrid type role.
It's quite the comparison.
Yes.
So what about, let's look at it from Portsmouth's point of view. Who do Bolton need to look out for?
Well, in terms of their own injury news, they've got some good news really for themselves. So former Wigan forward Callum Lang, who Bolton fans will know well, is potentially going to be back. So they saying it will be Tuesday for his return, but there's a potential that he could be on the bench as well, and he's a very good forward. Bolton fans will not want to see Callum Lang line up against us. But yeah, so they've got their own regard to that, and in terms of who Bolton look out for, it's all the familiar faces with with Portsmouth. You know, we know what's coming. We know what's there. Yeah, I know.
Um,
I'm just terrified of the game, to be honest with you, man. I don't really want to think about their players.
Well, that was going to be my next question. Let's do a little bit of a quick prediction. So how do you see Bolton lining up? Obviously, they're going to line up as strong as possible. They ain't going to want someone to win the title at their home. But
what, starting 11?
No, more or less. How do you think the match is going to go?
I think we will, like we always do, control possession and look to essentially wear down the opposition to take advantage in the second half. We were, I would say, unlucky in the first game away there. We lost 2-0, but I don't think that was a reflection of the game. I think Bolton played quite well, with Portsmouth being threatening. They weren't secondary by any means, but I don't think it was a comfortable 2-0 win by and Dion Charles missed an absolute city, you might remember.
It was on Sky, wasn't it, that one?
It was on Sky, yeah.
Yeah.
So I think we'll control the game. I think if we score early, we might blow them away.
Yeah.
If we don't score early, it's anyone's game. That's how I think this will go. So
yeah, you don't want to let them get into the game much, do you?
No, we don't. So I think if Bolton score early, we may run away from the game, maybe 2-3-1 winners. If it goes 0-0 and drags on, I worry that a bit of quality from Portsmouth might take the game away. Might take the day.
Oh, this, and then the rest of the games after this. Let's go. Worst case scenario: Bolton lose, and then you are still then 2 points behind Derby.
Yes,
but still with it all to play for, because Derby's form is falling off a cliff. They're really struggling to keep a run of games together. Do you see this as super important in terms of your automatic promotion push, or do you still think there's time for twists and turns in the running?
The potential there for twists and turns is still there, but we are running out of time. So,
and you want it in your hands as best.
Yeah, exactly. It is vital. Now there is obviously Derby do play tomorrow. Bolton's game in hand isn't until Tuesday, a home game against Shrewsbury. So there is there's a world where we win tomorrow, they lose. All of a sudden, then we win on Tuesday.
Yeah, and then
Bolton can go up.
Then it's clear, yeah.
Saturday, yeah. So it can be absolutely vital what goes on between Saturday and Tuesday. So there's not much time left, Martin. In truth.
No, that's true, and I'm quite confident. Not just because Bolton are at home, but Portsmouth's away form hasn't been great either. That's where they've dropped the majority of their games, drawing, and they've drawn a lot of games. Really, they've not exactly run away with the league up there. They've held on to draws and picked up them points rather than losing. I think they've only lost like 4 games or something all season. So they're quite consistent, and they seem like they're able to solidify things when they need to. Are you worried about being able to break them down? Do you think that's a worry?
Yeah, they're very good defensively. That was very much the problem last time. And the issue last time is when we did eventually create a chance, we blew it, and we didn't really get a chance of that quality again. So
yeah,
that is.
If I remember that match, there wasn't loads of chances for like Charles and stuff like that.
No, there wasn't. So if the opportunity presents itself, we do need to take it.
This is the big Bolton preview. I'm looking forward to this one. Be nice if it had been moved for Sky or something, because I think it would have been a good match for that. But
yeah, shocking really that it isn't. A few people have commented on that, and yeah, you'd think they would have seen how important this game would be moving forward. I can only think that they have certain quotas to involve certain teams, and maybe Portsmouth and Bolton have hit that quota. I don't know, but it seems straightforward to have or because Portsmouth versus Derby very recently was on Sky, maybe
yeah,
an element of that decision. But I agree with you. I'm surprised it's not on Sky, to be honest.
Well, that leads us on to a topic for the rest of the season, or for next week, when we saw what we're going to be talking about on episode. But the breaking news about the EFL push in terms of the games being shown live on Sky, and the iFollow deals are going to be going. So I guess we'll pick that up next week.
Yeah, I think that's a great one. And like, if any Bolton fans are listening to this for the first time, like, we do talk about bigger football picture, but not just about like what involves things. So we'll look at things that involve Bolton. Like we'll be talking in detail about that package. We'll look at it and we'll say how we think it's going to help or not help Bolton.
Yeah, there's loads for the footballing world to listen to on this. It's not just the Man United slagging off podcast. It's sort of become that, I think. But we can get there now.
That's my favourite part of the podcast.
Just watching Luke squirm.
Yeah.
It's a shame people don't get to see the squirming as much. We might need to get to that.
I have bought a tripod for video, so hopefully Joey Barton doesn't see me on video and absolutely tear me to pieces and make me never want to go on video again, like he did to Gab Sutton recently. Which I don't know if you've seen that, Martin. I think it's a bit grim.
I don't want to. Whoever's giving Joey Barton the time of day is a fucking dickless virgin. Just grow up.
If you're listening, Joey, big fan of your work. Keep it up.
No. Shit.
By the way, Mike, before we go as well, first time that we've been able to talk since the world lost a great sporting icon in O.J. Simpson. Any messages? Anything you want to say about that loss for sport?
A loss for sport. Listen, he. I think it's right that we show a bit of respect. He ran for over 11,000 yards, that guy, and that's quite the achievement. You don't get a statue of yourself. There's not a lot of murderers out there with statues of themselves, so he made best of his situation.
No, not that like we're politicians as well. But yeah, if the Simpson family's listening, sorry for your loss. Thoughts and prayers.
No, we're not. Fucking
okay, moving on.
How did a Bolton Wanderers preview turn into the O.J. Simpson tribute? This is the sort of entertainment people can expect, Leo.
No. But we don't always talk about O.J. Simpson.
No. There is podcasts out there for that. I'm sure plenty.
Yeah, there's a lot of podcasts about O.J. Simpson, to be fair.
We might be one of the only ones that's not had an O.J. Simpson episode. Well, until today. So that's fun. Listen, let's wrap it up. I want your scoreline prediction.
3-1 Bolton.
3-1 Bolton. I'll take it. Put your bets on. But Portsmouth are slightly favourites on. I just had a quick look on Sky Bet before. They're slight favourites coming into it, which I think is a surprise given Bolton's home form, but not a surprise given where they are in the table.
Don't forget, like bookies, they follow the money, don't they? So like the money will be with Portsmouth, I imagine, on this, thinking that they can get the job done tomorrow. Punters that don't watch the EFL as much would think they're going to be going all out for that. That's where I want to put the money. And that essentially reflects that. I think this is very much a 50-50 game. And I do think Bolton would shade it, but obviously I would say that.
Just remembered, one of the Portsmouth players, Lee Evans, I DJ'd his wedding last year while he was at Ipswich. So wishing him good luck. You can, but not too much luck. I want Bolton to win, but I hope he scores. In that 3-1, I hope he gets the goal.
Was he a good tipper?
He was a better tipper than he was dancer, but
well, if you're a good tipper, that's something at least.
No, he was a nice guy, nice family, and I haven't DJ'd any Bolton players' weddings, so fuck them.
If you're listening,
if there's any Bolton players looking to get married over the next 12 to 18 months, you can find all our links to all our social media at www.fixingfootballpodcast.com.
Obviously, Bolton players might want to recover faster, Martin. What else can they get from you?
If they want to recover faster, now they may already be aware of the benefits of a cold plunge, but if they're not, they should check out lumitherapy.co.uk, get themselves a cold plunge, and use my code MLNTheDJ for 15% off site-wide. That's everything. 15% off. How good's that?
Pretty good. And anyone who's listening who needs to sell something, if you retweet it, screenshot it and send it to us, the podcast, we might mention it on a podcast.
And if you share it, I'll just hug you and come and shake your hand if I see you in public. Just share it and be nice. Just do something nice for free. Liam, how much does it cost to subscribe now?
Nothing, Martin.
It's absolutely free. So if you listen to this and you're not subscribed, do not ever tell me in public, because I will chase you.
He does, because I'd forgotten to do it for a while, even though we've been doing this for about a month.
Right, let's wrap it up there. Yes, like I said before, all our links are at www.fixingfootballpodcast.com. Good luck to Bolton, good luck to everyone at the Grand National and the Masters and all the fighters at UFC 300 and the family of OJ Simpson. Liam, good luck this weekend. We'll catch you on the next one.
Thank you. Rest in peace, OJ.